I am wrong. That's white as hell. What the hell? That's black. Nani? Hey there, guys. Welcome to Super Console Kid development stream. Be saluted. As always. So if we go to our notes, we were going to work on pieces of the scenes. So the first one is the temple. So let's quick travel into the temple. The thing that bothers me about the temple is this entrance. It's just the basic tiles. It's not decorated in any way. So we got to make this look cool. And I think I'm going to take the opportunity to make the character learn about the gimmicks of the level or the things you need to know in the level. So this level is mostly about breaking stuff. So basically you need to know that you can break these rocks with a dash. Okay, this statue might be a good way to start the scene, perhaps. This is a multi-hit object. It's the first one that I made that requires multiple hits to break. So you can see that it starts breaking apart. So it needs 3 hits. I want to make this look like it's some ruins that are being discovered. So this has to be blocked by rocks. So I want to put in some rocks here. Yeah, let me draw it out for you what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so the idea is we probably want to have one of those statues right here.
So you can't go into the passage without breaking this, but this is a multi-hit thing. So I think before this, I would need some of these rocks that are one-hit kills. Okay, it's only 2 of them that fit there, but you know, that's the idea. So you will learn how to break the rocks, and then you will learn that there's multi-hit objects like this statue. So you cannot progress until you know that. I'll probably fill this in with like a little pyramid of rocks like this, so you can learn that you can break the rocks from the top or from the side. So that would be a cool starting of the scene, I think. And then you would meet the enemy here, perhaps.
And then you got the treasure chest, and you got the boulder coming at you. So I want to make the level pretty tight. I don't like games where you got big stretches without anything to do, so I want to make it all very compact. So I think this is a good idea here to do it like this. So we're going to start with that today. This chair moves up and down. It's weird. Okay, so let's see if the statue fits. Let's see what cool arrangement of blocks we can put in. So I want to have a bunch of rocks on the entrance. So we want big ones or small ones. Ah, there we go. So this is just one actor, and every scene has like a skin. So this rock, if I put it in other scenes, it changes its style. I think it makes sense for the big rocks to be at the bottom, right? And the small rocks to be at the top.
Because of gravity.
Right? Maybe like this. Should I drop in a couple more for aesthetics? Like this? Okay. I don't like this. See? When we break a rock, these ones are just floating in the air. I could consider giving them gravity, so they fall on the floor. Yeah, that would be great, right? So if I break this bottom rock, all of them would fall. Floating rocks, not a fan, like in Mario. It doesn't work for my game. That's right. We made sure this statue is slidable, so you can... Okay, we got a bug. There's always a bug somewhere. I'm getting clipped on the edge. So I think we need to make the falling animation a capsule as well. Have this be a circle, so we don't get clipped on the edge there. Okay, so what do we think about this entrance? I think we probably want some rocks on this side as well. Let's put a couple big ones in here. Yeah, I think that looks nice. That might look a little more organic. I might remove this one so I can see a bit more of the passage. I think some slight variations on the darkness on the rocks would be aesthetically pleasing. Should I do that now? So same thing for the pots. The pots already are randomized. When I want to show it off, we got 3 of the same freaking pots. How convenient. So every time I restart the scene, the pots are randomized. There you go. So now we got different colors and patterns. The idea is to offload from my brain the task of selecting which colors we want to put in. I want to make it all randomized. So the pots, we did it. I'm going to do the same for the rocks. I just have to copy the pot system. Can I show the collision boxes? Yeah. So the pot has 2 collision boxes. One of them has gravity, and the other one does not. So the pot actually follows the block that has gravity. So when I break a pot that is on top of another, it falls on the floor. Can you do color tweaks like tints? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm doing with the pots. There's only one pot. And this is all just tints, I think. In the boss battle, we have this special pattern and flowers that required special coloring. So I needed them to be separate. Yeah, so if I break the blue pot, the particle is going to be blue. Yep. Okay, let's check out how we did the pots. Check it out. It's only one color. We're using only the brown. Oh, look at that. We're changing the hue. So we just copy this whole thing into the rocks. Okay, I'm gonna make this pretty organized. So we're gonna put these in sections. This is the hue. So just see how it looks. If there's a bit of blue in the color, we can have some variation. Yeah, it's not pure gray, so we got a bit of color. It's gonna look better when I combine it with darkening. So if I darken and change hue, we're gonna get an infinite number of different rocks that are gonna look decent enough. So we gotta go to Photoshop and change the hue back and forth and see what we can do. Let me disable the hue change for a sec, take a screenshot, see what hue changes we can make. And let's see. So let's select one of the rocks, 64 by 64. Okay. If we go this way, we go red. I don't want that. We can go this way, we go red as well. So we want a little bit of green, perhaps. Like here. We can go pretty extreme. So minus 40. That looks like a good green variation. Let's take some notes. Minus 40 is green. That is not enough difference, is it? We need a little bit of saturation, right? 20. Let's try this then. The idea is to make it stand out from the tiles. So that's why I don't want to use brown, because the tiles are brown. So to make it visually pop out more, the idea was to have the rocks be gray in this one. Excuse me. I need a bit of a stretch. Let's see what that looks like. So there's a 25% chance of getting a green variation, I guess. It's gonna work. Test it out. I'm hungry. I should have brought some cookies. It works. So we got the green. They don't look like the Photoshop ones, though. The saturation is what's throwing me off. Does this look more colorful to you? Let's do that. Let's take a screenshot of the whole screen and check the values in Photoshop. Okay, this color
is 78C, 7B, two 7Bs.
Whereas this color... Oh, it's different. Nani? Yeah, I think Stencil doesn't have the same values as Photoshop. We need to adjust them by eye. Let's crank it up to 150%. Let's see what that looks like. So unfortunately, there's not a correlation between Photoshop and Stencil values. Fine. Okay, that looks a little closer, right, to what I wanted. Yeah, it's the saturation. Okay, I'm happy with that. 140. Come here, you. Hello. Okay, now I want to have some variation on darkness. Yeah, we can bring down the brightness. 40%. Between 40 and 50 looks like a good number. Okay, I'll do 42 just for you. Let's do it. Randomize brightness equals 1. We're going to apply the effect brightness by... this is where it gets confusing. So if we have a brightness of 100 and we subtract 42, that would be a brightness of 58, right? I think that's how it works. I could be wrong, though. I am wrong. That's white as hell. We might need to go negative. Minus 42. What the hell? That's black. Maybe it's the values again. Maybe they don't correspond. Because Photoshop is not percentages, right? Photoshop is whatever. This is not a percentage. It's just a number, right? Between 150. I don't know how to compare these. I usually go between 10 and 20 for these type of things. So let's try 10, and if it's not dark enough, we'll go up to 20. I don't... Oh, there you go. I think these ones are 10. That's very subtle. Yeah, this one is dark. I think we should go higher. Yeah, let's go 20. We also got to do the same to the particles that are emitted when we destroy them. Why is that so black? Wow. Between 10 and 20 is a huge gap. We could do an exception for this guy. Let's do an exception here. There you go. This is not the size. This is the color. My bad. There we go. Let's try 15% between 10 and 20. That is too dark, man. Let's go 12%. We're going into like weird numbers now. Okay, this also works. 12% looks pretty good. Wait a minute. What if I apply a black tint? Let me try, instead of brightness, just for the sake of comparison, let me try applying tint. So I'm gonna tint in black using 20%. I think that might give me the Photoshop look. Yeah, that also works. You can see these are darker. 20% is too faint. So we need to bring it up to 30 at least. Yeah, that also works. See? Let's see which one looks better. Do 30%. Okay, 30 might be too much. Or does it? Oh, I see what happens. The tint... Interesting. Do you see the difference? The tint makes the highlights darker as well. Whereas the brightness keeps the highlights. Like these white... the brightness looks better. The brightness makes it look like it's in the same plane as the rest of the rocks. Whereas this one makes it look like it's receding in the background. Good thing to know. So when I want something to recede in the background, we can use tint. This looks perfect. I like this. Okay. Decided. We learn something every day. That's good. I like that variation there. Now we need to address the particles, which are all the same color right now. Okay, here's where we need to add the tint. and the hue. Let me take a sip. Okay, so this should take care of the hue. So let's test it. So that means if you get a green block, we're gonna get green particles coming out. Okay, so I'm working on these blocks, making them have random colors. It did not work at all. So when I destroy the green one, the particles should be equally green. They're not, they're gray. This is a hue change, so this should still work. Oh, it's the same mistake I always do, guys. I'm dumb. We need to drag this red thing over here. Always, I always forget, always, man. Okay, now it should work. It's been 10 years, more than 10 years using the engine, and I always forget to drag that little red thing, always, man. So when I break the green ones, the particles that are emitted should also be green, right? But I think they're gray. So it's not working. So what is the issue? That should work. I don't know why it's not working. Let me think about it. Okay, next thing we can check is the variable. We can just hard-code it to see if it's maybe not getting the variable. So I'm gonna change the hue by, I don't know, 200 degrees. No idea what that's gonna look like. Maybe red. Oh, I didn't try the power-up. I'll try it next time. That will look sick. That works. So it's only that variable that is not being read. Power up. Power up. Bam! Oh, we break everything in one hit. Let me try that again. That's satisfying. Oh my god, that's a speedrunner's dream. Okay, now let's try to fix the issue. Oh, there's a mistake here. I'm using the same variable for both. Oh my god. Obviously, that's a mistake.
I need a secondary variable called randomizer hue value or something like that. Yeah, because this is... Ah, dude. Because this is... I'm setting it to 1 and then I'm setting it to 40 again. That's why it didn't work, dude. I was doing the check if this was equal to 1, but it was not. It was 40. Ah.
So my trigger idea might still work. So check out the fix. So here...
We need a new variable that is a number. That should be called something like random hue value. That is 0. So if randomizer hue is 1, we set the value to minus 40. And here, we don't need to change anything.
That should work. Let's try it. Excuse me. I might prefer the trigger method, so I will go back to the trigger method if it works. But this is the most direct. Trust me, bro. There we go. Got a green one. The particles are gray. Let me try the trigger method again with the same check. Okay, that's the same, right? Yeah. Please work. I don't want to see this again. Let's see. That worked. Fuck me. Okay. Done. So why it works with the trigger, but it doesn't work on creation? That's interesting. Okay, so this is the method I wanted anyway. So we trigger the hue, and it changes the color. There we go. This we can throw in the garbage. It only took 3 hours. Alrighty, let's test it one more time, and I think it is 100% working now. There we go. Beautiful green particles. There we go. Alrighty then. So next would be gravity, so that these blocks fall onto the floor. I woke up super early today, and I worked a bit on the game. So the task I had for today is basically done. So let me show you. I made the differences a little more subtle between the rocks as well. So this green, I made it a little less intense so that it blends in better with the gray. So the idea was to make these have gravity. So check it out. Bam! So now we have gravity-assisted rocks. I think that looks much better than the rocks floating in the air. I'm happy I got this working because I think it should be more realistic like this. Things falling. Like the Mario blocks floating, it doesn't work in my game. It's weird looking. So I'll see you guys same time as always, same channel. And I'm off. Bye. How about you subscribe and watch some of my other videos? Thanks.